G is not the end of intimacy, though many people assume it is. As men and women grow older, the body changes, and yes, certain physical challenges may arise. Energy levels may decline, hormones shift, and performance may not be as effortless as in youth. Yet intimacy is not merely a physical act. It is the bond of trust, closeness, and passion that two people share. To believe that growing older automatically means losing intimacy is to accept a lie that robs countless people of the richness they could still enjoy. In truth, intimacy can become deeper, more meaningful, and even more satisfying with age, if approached with the right mindset and healthy habits. When men experience erectile difficulties later in life, many feel embarrassed or discouraged, as if their masculinity has been stolen. They may withdraw from their partners, assuming that nothing can be done, but this is not the reality. Medical science has shown us that erections are primarily about blood flow and circulation, not simply about youth. When the body's vessels are cared for, when nutrition is improved, when exercise becomes consistent, and when small natural boosters are added to daily routines, performance can return, even in men well into their 70s or 80s. This truth restores hope. Intimacy is not dictated solely by age, but by choices. Intimacy thrives not only on physical ability, but also on emotional connection. In many ways, older couples have the advantage. They understand each other deeply. They have walked through struggles together, and they know the value of closeness. Sometimes, physical limitations force couples to communicate more openly, and this communication strengthens bonds. Intimacy becomes about more than the act itself. It is about touch, affection, laughter, trust, and the spark that keeps love alive. For those who fear aging will strip intimacy away, the reality is that it can actually enrich it. Another factor to remember is that the body is remarkably adaptable. Just as muscles can grow stronger with training, sexual health can be supported and renewed through consistent care. Many underestimate how small daily actions add up. Drinking more water, controlling sugar intake, and adding natural supplements like ginseng, maca, or nitric oxide boosters into something as simple as morning coffee can make noticeable differences. These habits improve blood circulation, energy, and confidence. When confidence rises, so does intimacy because the mind and body work together. It's also important to destroy the myth that only youth equals vitality. There are countless examples of men and women living vibrant, passionate lives well beyond 70 or 80. These people are not extraordinary in genetics. They are consistent in how they treat their bodies and minds. They prioritize movement. They feed themselves with nutrient-rich foods. They remain curious, playful, and open-minded in relationships. Age, instead of being a barrier, becomes a badge of experience. With wisdom comes patience. With patience comes deeper connection. And with connection comes intimacy that often surpasses the shallow excitement of youth. The real danger to intimacy is not aging itself, but the surrender to hopelessness. When people accept decline as unavoidable, they stop trying. They stop exploring, stop learning, stop investing in their health. But intimacy responds to effort. A man who believes he is too old to be passionate already closes the door to possibility. But a man who says, I may be older, but I can still nurture my body, restore my health, and connect with my partner, opens the door to a renewed life. This is why intimacy at 80 is not only possible but attainable. It requires a mindset that values health, a willingness to adapt, and the courage to fight against the myth of decline. Instead of asking, am I too old? The better question is, what can I do today to feel alive? That question ignites hope, and hope is the fuel of intimacy. The body may age, but desire does not have an expiration date. Love does not weaken with years, it deepens. And with the right care, the body can support that love far longer than most believe. So if you are 60, 70, or even 80, hear this clearly: age is not the end of intimacy. It is a new season, an opportunity to rediscover passion in a deeper, more intentional way. Do not let fear or discouragement steal what still belongs to you. Nourish your body, communicate with your partner, keep your mind young, and let intimacy remain a joyful part of your life. The truth is, simple intimacy is not about how many years you have lived, but how much life you choose to bring into your years. Would you like me to expand the next key point, the power of natural boosters, also into 700 words in the same motivational style? The power of natural boosters is something often underestimated in the modern world, where quick fixes and prescription pills dominate conversations about health and vitality. But nature has always provided powerful solutions for the human body, long before pharmaceuticals ever existed. When it comes to restoring energy, improving blood circulation, and even enhancing sexual health, natural boosters play a key role. They do not just provide temporary results, but instead work with the body to rebuild strength, resilience, and vitality over time. This is why adding natural boosters into daily habits, even as simple as mixing them into a morning coffee, can have a life-changing effect. Many people believe that declining energy, weaker erections, and lower drive are inevitable with age. But science has shown that the real issue often lies in reduced blood flow, oxidative stress, and poor nutrition. Natural boosters target these problems directly. For example, ingredients like L-arginine, an amino acid, help increase nitric oxide production in the body, which relaxes blood vessels and allows better circulation. This simple improvement can make a dramatic difference in erectile function, energy levels, and overall cardiovascular health. Similarly, ginseng, a well-known herbal booster, has been used for centuries across Asia to increase stamina, reduce fatigue, and enhance intimacy. These are not myths, but results supported by clinical research. Another powerful natural booster is Maca root, often called the Peruvian ginseng. This root has been shown to increase libido, improve mood, and boost energy without harmful side effects. When men and women in their 60s, 70s, or even 80s add maca into their routine, many report not just better performance, but also a greater sense of vitality in daily life. This highlights an important truth. Natural boosters are not only about sexual health, they are about restoring the whole body to a state of balance and energy. When the body feels stronger, the mind feels more confident, and intimacy naturally improves. Coffee itself can become a powerful delivery system for these natural boosters. Millions of people already drink coffee daily, and when combined with the right ingredients, it transforms from a simple beverage into a wellness tool. For example, mixing cocoa powder rich in flavonoids with coffee not only enhances flavor, but also improves circulation. Adding cinnamon supports blood sugar control and improves sensitivity, which helps maintain consistent energy. Even something as simple as adding a teaspoon of honey provides antioxidants that fight inflammation and support overall wellness. The ritual of coffee becomes a daily act of renewal. The beauty of natural boosters is that they rarely work in isolation. They create synergy. When combined, their effects multiply. Ginseng boosts energy, L-arginine improves blood flow, Maca restores balance, and antioxidants fight cellular damage. Together, they support not only sexual health, but also heart health, brain function, and endurance. This is why consistency is so important. Taking a pill once might give a temporary effect, but nurturing the body with natural boosters daily builds a foundation that can sustain vitality for years, even decades. It is also important to recognize that natural boosters do not only affect the body, they influence the mind. When a person begins to feel more energetic, more capable, and more confident, they carry themselves differently. Confidence itself is one of the greatest boosters of intimacy. A man who believes he is strong and capable is far more likely to perform well because the mind and body are always connected. Natural boosters, therefore, work on multiple levels: physically, emotionally, and psychologically. The power of natural boosters also lies in their safety and accessibility. Many people hesitate to seek medical help for performance issues because of stigma, embarrassment, or fear of side effects. Natural boosters offer a path that is gentler yet effective. They can be added into routines without shame, without complications, and without the feeling of being dependent on strong medication. For many older men, this creates not only results but also a sense of dignity. They are taking charge of their own health in a natural way. What must be remembered is that no single booster is a magic bullet. The real power comes from making them part of a larger lifestyle shift. A cup of coffee with natural boosters will work far better when combined with daily movement, hydration, and healthy eating. This is not about replacing one unhealthy habit with one supplement, but about transforming how the body is cared for. When this happens, the results are not temporary, they are long-lasting. Ultimately, the message is clear. Natural boosters hold the power to restore what many think is lost forever. They show that vitality, confidence, and intimacy do not need to fade with age, but can be rekindled with wisdom and consistency. They remind us that the human body is designed to heal, to grow stronger, and to respond positively when given the right support. Adding something simple and natural into your daily coffee could be the spark that reignites not just performance, but joy, energy, and passion for life itself. Blood flow is the secret behind vitality, energy, and especially intimacy. At its core, an erection is not only about hormones or desire, it is about circulation. When blood flows freely through the vessels, filling and sustaining the tissues, the body responds with strength and confidence. Without proper circulation, even the strongest desire cannot translate into performance. This truth is not limited to intimacy, but applies to the entire body. Energy, clarity of mind, stamina, and endurance all depend on how well blood flows through the veins and arteries. To ignore this simple fact is to misunderstand the foundation of health. As people age, circulation naturally becomes less efficient. The arteries may harden, cholesterol may build up, or lifestyle habits like poor diet and inactivity may slow the body's ability to pump blood effectively. For men, this reduced circulation often shows up first in erectile function, because the vessels involved are much smaller than those leading to the heart or brain. That means problems can appear in intimacy long before they appear as a heart attack or stroke. In this way, erectile health is like the body's warning system, signaling that circulation needs attention. The encouraging truth is that once blood flow improves, performance can return even at 70, 80, or beyond. The key to unlocking this circulation lies in daily choices. What you eat, how much you move, the amount of water you drink, and even what you put into your coffee all play a role in vascular health. Natural boosters such as L-arginine, beetroot powder, and cocoa improve nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and allows more blood to flow. Exercise, particularly activities like brisk walking, swimming, or strength training, strengthens the heart, which pumps blood more efficiently. Simple stretches, deep breathing, and yoga also improve oxygen flow. Each of these habits is a tool for better circulation, and together they form the foundation of renewed energy and sexual health. The link between blood flow and confidence cannot be overstated. A man who knows his body will respond with strength carries himself differently. His confidence grows not only in the bedroom, but in all areas of life. This is why improving circulation is not just a matter of physical health, but of emotional and mental strength. When blood flows freely, the brain receives more oxygen, concentration improves, and mood lifts. When the body feels alive, the mind naturally follows. The man who invests in his circulation invests in his entire future. It is also important to understand that medications alone cannot solve circulation problems if the underlying habits remain the same. Pills may force temporary results, but they do not heal the vessels or restore natural function. On the other hand, focusing on circulation addresses the root cause. The body begins to heal itself, arteries open, blood pressure stabilizes, and energy rises. This is why men who consistently care for their circulation often report not only better intimacy, but also more stamina for daily tasks, clearer thinking, and a stronger heart. Improving blood flow is not just about restoring erections. It is about restoring life. What makes blood flow such a powerful secret is its simplicity. The body does not require extraordinary interventions to improve it. Small daily steps compound into major results. Replacing processed foods with whole fruits and vegetables, reducing salt and sugar, drinking more water, and adding natural circulation enhancers into morning coffee creates steady improvements over time. Within weeks, many notice changes: more energy during the day, better sleep at night, and renewed function in intimacy. These small victories create motivation to continue, proving that the body is never too old to respond positively. Another often overlooked aspect of circulation is stress management. Chronic stress constricts blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and makes it harder for blood to flow. Deep breathing, meditation, prayer, and relaxation practices can significantly reduce this effect. When the mind is calm, the vessels relax, and blood flows more freely. This not only benefits erections, but also heart health, brain function, and overall longevity. Once again, blood flow is the thread connecting every system in the body. For those who feel discouraged, believing their best days are behind them, the message is clear: blood flow can be restored. The body has an incredible ability to adapt and heal, no matter the age. The vessels may have stiffened, the energy may have declined, but with consistency, circulation improves. Men in their 80s can still experience strong, lasting intimacy if they prioritize vascular health. This is not fantasy, it is science. Blood flow responds to care, and where blood flows, life returns. So the secret is simple yet profound. Erections are not about luck or youth. They are about circulation. Energy is not about chance. It is about oxygen and nutrient delivery. Confidence is not about pretending. It is about knowing the body will respond because the blood flows freely. Once you unlock the secret of circulation, you unlock vitality in every area of life. Your coffee, your meals, your movement, and your mindset all play a role in supporting this flow. When you honor the body with choices that encourage blood to move freely, you rediscover a strength you may have thought was gone forever. Age cannot stop a man who understands the power of blood flow, because with each heartbeat, his body is given the chance to prove that vitality is still within his grasp. Energy and confidence are deeply connected, and when one rises, the other naturally follows. Think about the days when you wake up refreshed, your body feels light, and your mind is clear. On those days, you carry yourself with a certain strength. You walk taller, your voice is firmer, and your outlook is brighter. That is the power of energy. It creates confidence. On the other hand, when energy is low, when fatigue weighs you down, it affects how you see yourself and how others perceive you. The body and the mind are never separate. They reflect one another. Restoring energy is therefore not just about avoiding tiredness. It is about regaining self-belief, inner drive, and the courage to live fully. For men in particular, energy is often tied to their sense of masculinity and performance. When they feel energetic, they feel capable, strong, and desirable. This naturally boosts confidence in relationships, at work, and in personal goals. But when energy is drained, doubt creeps in. Questions like, "Can I still do this?" or "Am I losing my edge?" begin to take hold. These doubts weaken confidence, and the cycle repeats itself. Low energy produces low confidence, and low confidence makes it even harder to generate energy. Breaking this cycle requires intentional choices that rebuild vitality from the inside out. One of the most overlooked sources of energy is the food we eat. Nutrient-rich foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains fuel the body with lasting energy instead of quick spikes that end in crashes. Natural boosters like ginseng, maca, or beetroot not only increase stamina but also improve circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients more effectively. This improved blood flow directly translates into more sustained energy, and when the body feels alive, confidence grows. Even something as simple as adding the right boosters into morning coffee can shift the entire day. Instead of relying on empty caffeine jolts, combining it with natural enhancers creates stable, enduring energy that fuels both performance and mindset. Physical movement is another key to linking energy and confidence. When the body is active, it produces endorphins, natural chemicals that create feelings of happiness and reduce stress. Exercise also strengthens the heart, improves circulation, and supports hormone balance, all of which are essential for intimacy and vitality. A man who commits to moving daily, even through simple activities like walking or stretching, notices not just more energy but more confidence in how he looks, feels, and interacts with others. Confidence is born from action, and physical action is one of the fastest ways to energize the body and the mind. Sleep, too, plays a critical role. Without quality rest, energy plummets, and no amount of coffee or supplements can fully compensate. Sleep is when the body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and resets the mind. Men who prioritize sleep notice sharper thinking, stronger energy, and better performance in every area of life. And when performance improves, confidence naturally soars. It becomes a cycle of strength instead of a cycle of weakness. Energy feeds confidence, and confidence feeds energy. What must be remembered is that confidence is not something you can simply talk yourself into. It is not pretending or putting on a mask. True confidence comes from knowing your body will respond when you need it to. That assurance only comes when energy levels are strong. A man who feels weak or drained cannot fake confidence for long. But a man whose energy is vibrant walks into any situation with a presence that others feel immediately. His words carry weight, his actions inspire trust, and his partner feels secure in his strength. This is why energy and confidence must always be built together. Stress often destroys this connection. High stress drains energy through constant worry and tension, which in turn lowers confidence. But when stress is managed through practices like meditation, prayer, deep breathing, or even laughter, energy is preserved and confidence remains steady. A calm mind gives the body permission to use its energy effectively rather than wasting it on anxiety. This calmness itself becomes a form of confidence, an unshakable strength that others recognize and respect. Age does not break this link between energy and confidence. In fact, with age comes wisdom, and wisdom teaches us that energy must be protected and nourished. Men in their 70s or 80s who focus on maintaining strong circulation, eating wisely, and staying active often report more confidence than they had in middle age. Why? Because they know the value of energy, they respect it, and they invest in it daily. This investment pays back in the form of intimacy, vitality, and an unwavering belief in themselves. The truth is simple. Energy is the foundation, and confidence is the expression. Without energy, confidence collapses. but with abundant energy. Confidence shines naturally, without force, without fear. The way you fuel your body, the way you move, the way you rest, and the way you manage stress all contribute to this cycle. Every choice either drains or builds your energy, and with every ounce of energy gained, your confidence grows stronger. So if you desire to walk boldly, to perform with strength, and to carry yourself with assurance, focus first on restoring energy. For once energy is strong, confidence follows like a shadow, reminding you and everyone around you that vitality and strength are still very much alive within you. Science supports the habit of using natural methods to restore vitality, energy, and sexual health. In a world where quick fixes and synthetic solutions dominate, it is easy to believe that pills are the only way forward. But research consistently shows that the body responds powerfully to natural interventions when they are applied consistently. Science validates what ancient traditions have always known. The body thrives when given the right nutrients, movements, and habits. Erections, energy levels, and even confidence are not simply random. They are deeply tied to blood flow, hormone balance, and overall health. This is why small daily habits, even as simple as what you add to your morning coffee, can transform the body over time. At the center of this science is nitric oxide, a molecule the body naturally produces. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely. Without it, circulation slows and erectile function suffers. Scientific studies have shown that ingredients like L-arginine and citrulline, both amino acids, can boost nitric oxide levels, improving circulation and restoring performance. Beets and beetroot powder, often used in sports supplements, work in the same way. Athletes use them for stamina, and men can use them for better erections and endurance. This is not magic. It is biology. The science is clear. Better blood flow equals better performance, no matter the age. Ginseng is another example where science supports the habit. For centuries, it has been used as a natural energy booster and aphrodisiac. Modern studies now confirm that ginseng improves sexual function, reduces fatigue, and enhances mental clarity. Maca root, often called Peruvian ginseng, has been studied for its ability to increase libido and energy levels. Men who regularly include it in their diet report improved stamina, and research backs up these claims. The combination of these natural boosters creates measurable improvements in the body's ability to perform. This is evidence that the wisdom of nature and the validation of science go hand in hand. Caffeine itself, found in coffee, has long been studied for its impact on alertness and circulation. It increases energy and improves blood flow temporarily, but when combined with natural boosters, coffee becomes more than just a morning ritual. It turns into a vessel of health, providing antioxidants, circulation support, and energy that lasts beyond a few hours. Science confirms that these synergies matter. Ingredients working together create effects greater than each one alone. That is why a consistent habit of adding boosters to coffee can lead to steady improvements in performance and vitality over time. The science does not stop at supplements. Exercise is one of the most powerful, scientifically proven ways to restore erectile function and confidence. Studies show that men who exercise regularly have lower rates of erectile dysfunction, better circulation, and higher testosterone levels. Even simple activities like brisk walking increase blood flow, reduce stress, and support hormonal balance. This is not theory. It is data repeated across countless studies. When the body moves, the vessels open, and when vessels open, intimacy thrives. Science proves that movement is medicine. Diet is another scientifically supported factor. Research shows that diets rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and lean proteins improve vascular health. The Mediterranean diet, in particular, has been linked to reduced erectile dysfunction. Foods high in flavonoids, such as dark chocolate and blueberries, improve circulation and protect the arteries. This is because flavonoids are antioxidants, reducing the oxidative stress that damages vessels over time. Every bite of nutrient-dense food is a scientific step toward restoring vitality, while every processed, sugar-laden meal is a step backward. Science gives us the blueprint. It is up to us to follow it. Consistency is where science speaks loudest. The body does not change in one day, but it responds steadily to repeated actions. Studies on nitric oxide, boosters, ginseng, and lifestyle changes all emphasize that the best results come with consistent use. Men who commit to these habits daily often see improvements within weeks, but the most dramatic transformations happen over months of steady effort. Science proves that quick fixes rarely last, but habits create lasting change. This is why developing a daily routine, like enhancing your coffee with natural boosters, becomes so powerful. It is not about a single miracle. It is about training the body to restore itself day after day. Science also shows the connection between the mind and the body. Stress, depression, and anxiety all impact circulation and performance. Cortisol, the stress hormone, constricts blood vessels and reduces desire. Practices like meditation, prayer, and breathing, exercises lower cortisol levels and restore balance. The scientific evidence supports what many have experienced. When the mind is calm, the body performs better. Intimacy is not only about physical readiness, but also about mental and emotional health. By addressing both, men of any age can experience renewed strength. The message is clear. Science is not against natural boosters, it confirms their power. Whether it is nitric oxide for circulation, ginseng for energy, or diet and exercise for vascular health, the evidence aligns with common sense. The body is designed to thrive when supported with natural fuel. The challenge is not whether these methods work. The challenge is whether people will be consistent enough to see the results. Pills may seem easier, but habits create freedom. Science shows that when natural boosters and healthy routines are applied daily, even men in their 70s or 80s can experience a second youth. So, let there be no doubt. Science supports the habit of choosing natural, consistent, and intentional actions. The body rewards these choices with energy, confidence, and intimacy that many believe is gone forever. Every study, every piece of evidence points to the same conclusion. The body is resilient, and it responds to care. What you choose today, whether in your coffee, your meals, or your movements, will shape how your body performs tomorrow. With science as your ally, the path to restored vitality is clear. You simply have to walk it. Consistency beats quick fixes, and this principle applies to every area of health, vitality, and intimacy. In a culture obsessed with instant results, many people expect a single pill, a one-time supplement, or a magic drink to solve years of neglect. They want overnight transformation without the effort of daily discipline, but the human body does not work like that. True strength, lasting energy, and restored erections do not come from shortcuts. They come from habits that are repeated with patience and dedication. Consistency is the real miracle, because it teaches the body to rebuild itself naturally and sustain its power over time. Quick fixes may seem tempting, but they often only mask the problem. Pills might create temporary results, but they do not repair the blood vessels, strengthen the heart, or restore natural balance in the body. Once the effect wears off, the problem returns, sometimes worse than before. This cycle leaves people frustrated, dependent, and often hopeless. On the other hand, consistency rewires the body. When you commit to daily actions, choosing healthier meals, staying active, managing stress, and adding natural boosters into your coffee, the body gradually adapts. Vessels open, circulation improves, hormones rebalance, and confidence returns. The results may take time, but they last because they are built on a solid foundation. Think of consistency like training a muscle. If you lift weights once, nothing changes. But if you train regularly, your muscles grow stronger, your endurance increases, and your whole body begins to transform. Sexual health works the same way. Erections depend on strong circulation, which is like a muscle that must be trained. Each time you eat well, move your body, hydrate, or use natural boosters, you are training your circulation to improve. Over weeks and months, the difference becomes undeniable. Science shows that men who make consistent lifestyle changes see long-term improvements, while those chasing quick fixes often end up disappointed. The beauty of consistency is that it multiplies over time. Small choices, repeated daily, lead to enormous change. Adding beetroot powder or L-arginine to your coffee may seem like a small act, but over months, the improved nitric oxide production enhances blood flow throughout the body. Choosing to walk for 30 minutes a day may seem simple, but weeks later, the heart is stronger and energy is higher. Every small, consistent choice plants a seed, and with patience, those seeds grow into lasting results. Quick fixes never allow this growth, they only provide a temporary illusion of change. Consistency also builds confidence in a way quick fixes never can. When you rely on a pill, you are uncertain whether your body will respond on its own. You live with anxiety about performance, and that anxiety can weaken confidence further. But when you build consistency, you begin to trust your body again. You know that because you have nourished it daily, because you have trained it and cared for it, it will respond with strength. This trust in your own body becomes the foundation of real confidence, not the fragile dependence that comes from shortcuts. One of the most powerful benefits of consistency is momentum. At first, daily changes feel small and difficult. It may be hard to choose a healthier meal over fast food, or to go for a walk instead of sitting still. But once the benefits begin to appear, more energy, better mood, stronger erections, the motivation grows. What once felt like discipline now feels like joy. Momentum takes over, and consistency becomes second nature. Quick fixes never give this momentum, because their effects fade quickly, leaving you back where you started. Another truth is that consistency honors the natural rhythm of the body. The body is not a machine that can be forced into instant change. It is a living system that thrives on balance and routine. By feeding it the right nutrients every day, by moving it regularly, and by reducing stress, you align with the body's design. Over time, the body rewards you with restored function and vitality. Quick fixes fight against the body's rhythm, forcing temporary results without true healing. Consistency flows with nature, and in doing so, it creates results that last. Age makes consistency even more important. Younger bodies can sometimes bounce back quickly, but as the years pass, the body requires steady care. For men in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, the power of consistent habits cannot be overstated. A daily cup of coffee infused with circulation, boosting ingredients, regular movement, and mindful eating can transform what seems like decline into renewal. Many men discover that by simply being consistent, they feel stronger at 75 than they did at 55. That is the gift of daily discipline. It turns time from an enemy into an ally. The truth is clear. Quick fixes offer illusions, while consistency offers transformation. A single pill may give you one night of performance, but it cannot give you a lifetime of vitality. A consistent habit, repeated day after day, restores not only your health but also your confidence, dignity, and freedom. The body responds to what you do regularly, not to what you do occasionally. Every sip, every step, every healthy choice is an investment in the future you desire. So, do not be deceived by shortcuts. Choose the long road of consistency, because it is the only road that leads to lasting change. Your body does not need magic. It needs your commitment. With consistency, age is no barrier, energy is restored, intimacy thrives, and confidence shines. Quick fixes fade, but consistent habits create a legacy of strength that endures.